Hello and welcome to the Jank Tank, a weekly series where I build questionable decks and test them on the constructed ladder. So last week I was throwing around the idea for a black and red control deck based around destroying people's hands and then finishing them off with a Croxa, and I threw it together and had some moderate success with it. But I realized as I finished off an opponent who had 0 cards in their hand and an empty graveyard that it was not exactly jank. So I threw that one in the bin, and today we get a bunch of green creatures. We got big green creatures. So I've actually had a surprising amount of success with this on the ladder, but I'm not sure if that was just because I got some good matchups. Theoretically, this deck should just crumple to anything that's got good removal. So we'll see how it does today. But we start off on the low end with Incubation Druid as our only mana ramp. It has the benefit of tapping for 3 if I can spare some mana for it. So 5 to adapt 3, and then it starts tapping for 3 mana. I want to combo that with Kiora, who will draw me a bunch of cards over the course of the game, and I've been surprised how many players just straight up ignore her instead of trying to kill her. I guess that's what happens when she's got 7 loyalty. People are like, oh, it's not worth the effort. I'd kill my opponent just as quickly, so they just go straight for your face if they have the opportunity. I think that's a bit of a mistake, so we'll see if that happens today. But yeah, she draws you a bunch of cards whenever you play your creatures, so that's exactly what we want to be doing. But she also -1s to untap target permanent, so that combos very well with Incubation Druid. You can adapt it, tap it for 3 to play Kiora, and then untap it and follow it up with another 3-drop like Yorvo or Lovestruck Beast. So on the 3 slots, we've got Lovestruck Beast. It's just beefy and triggers Kiora. Good at blocking. I don't expect it to attack because people are usually pretty good about getting rid of the token. There's a lot of Brazen Borrowers that can bounce the token back to your hand and you're just out of luck. But it is a big creature. It stalls pretty well while you draw for other threats that will kill your opponent. And sometimes you just get to attack with it. So it's just a fairly useful card. Yorvo, on the other hand, is a pretty much unconditional beat stick. You tap 3, drop him, draw a bunch of cards, draw 1 card off Kiora, and then get a bunch of counters. He starts out as a 4/4, gets bigger every time you play a creature. Yeah, he's solid. He's right where we want at the 3-drop, just a big beat stick. Nylia is worked out really well for this deck. The Indestructible is just nice, and we don't usually have too much trouble triggering it in a mono green. Most of our cards are double green costs, triple for Yorvo. It's very easy to activate, but it also fuels our end game with the activated ability. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, put it in your hand. Otherwise, you can put it in your discard if you don't like it. Mostly creatures in this deck, so you'll be hitting a lot. And again, Indestructible blocker is always nice if they do get something that's a little too difficult for you to deal with. You can just either attack recklessly or block safely as long as you need to until you can draw into something that can go around it. Renata was a late addition to this deck, but I think she really helps the deck work. In particular, she helps Wicked Wolves come in at 4 power. So each other creature you control enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. It's going to make Wicked Wolf a 4/4 by default, which is going to trigger Kiora. It's going to make all of our Hydras a little bit bigger. Just everything's a little bit bigger, more threatening, and she herself usually is like 7 to 10 power, so it's really solid. Her toughness is pretty low, so she either gets blocked and killed if we're offering it, or just sticks around and threatens and attack while continuing to provide us more counters on our other creatures. I've liked her though. She's pretty solid. Threw in Shifting Ceratops pretty late as well. I can't believe I forgot this one. I haven't played with it a whole lot, but it seems like it does exactly what we need to in decks where we're just getting, controlled out. They're bouncing all of our stuff instead of letting us attack. Shifting Ceratops is going to be pretty much immune to everything a blue-white deck has except for the enchantment removals. And I guess it can be Shatter the Sky, but it's going to be pretty much everything we have. Shatter the Sky, I think, doesn't go very far against us because we are going to trigger the 4-power card draw, and unless we draw a land, unfortunately, pretty much everything we draw is going to be big and scary. Wicked Wolf is there to remove problematic things and sometimes chump blockers. If they think they're going to hide behind a 1/1, you can take it out with the Wicked Wolf and then swing with whatever you've got. Or it can just eat combo creatures. Anything that's troublesome, this is our spot removal. That along with Voracious Hydra. They both kind of fill the same slot. Voracious Hydra is more expensive, but it can get bigger. So I've had a lot of luck with both of them. And then lastly, we got Gargos at the top end. I think you can probably find better things to slot in this slot, but this is a Hydra that makes our Voracious Hydra cost less and is real big and sometimes just really hard to deal with. I think he's pretty cool, so we put him in. And then we got Shadow Spear and Nile's Intervention for our non-creature spells. I think Shadow Spear doesn't fit the theme exactly, but it does a lot of good work for us. If we're facing down flyers, it does a great job keeping us in the game while pressuring the attack. Giving ourselves trample and lifelink means they can't chump block. It means we can gain life even though they're attacking us. It means that their flyers can't really chump block us either. It's solid. I initially wanted it as a way to kind of get around Dream Eaters or Dream Trawlers as well, but it doesn't really do that because there's not a whole lot in here that's going to give us the opportunity to target it anyways. Wicked Wolf's not going to kill a Dream Trawler. You can Voracious Hydra if you got enough mana. It's going to be 2 from the Shadow Spear plus. You need 7 for the Voracious Hydra. You could do it. This deck generates a lot of mana, you'll see, so sometimes you'll be able to eat a Dream Trawler, but mostly it's there to help you gain life when you're facing threats that you can't directly answer. Nali's Intervention is there to counter Dream Trawler, and sometimes other flying threats as well. The land search can be nice. Being able to dig up any land means you can go get gingerbread cabins from our deck over here to create food tokens for Wicked Wolf. Can be very good. I think there was one game where I top decked an Intervention against a Kroxa control deck and just decided to cast it to draw 10 lands, and my opponent conceded. I don't know if the concession was a little preemptive or premature, but it did feel pretty good having most of my lands out of my deck, so it can also back up as a hilarious deck thinner. We'll see if we have to do that today. Yeah, on the land side, we just got forests, gingerbread cabins for Wicked Wolf almost exclusively, and Castle Garenbrig. I really want Castle Garenbrig to be better. This is the card I kind of built this around originally before modifying it. It jumps you from 5 mana to 6 mana. So there's not a whole lot that can take advantage of it. Like, 5 mana gets us most of the things that we were going to do. 6 mana gets us Gargos turn 5, which I don't even have a full place of Gargos in here, so yeah, it's extra mana. It makes Voracious Hydra a little bigger. Sometimes you can get some extra value off of it, but it might as well go in though. Yeah, that's the deck. Big green creatures. We'll see how well it does. I'm excited. Yeah, in theory, anything that just kills our Incubation Druid, we should just be out of luck and then die. Which is not very hard. Most decks run Bone Crusher Giant. There's Hateful Idol on Mire Swamps. This is a very slow hand. I got 3 lands, it's fine. I'm gonna hold on to the Gingerbread Cabin and hope I can get another forest. Mainly because I can at least see what the next draw is. If it's an Incubation Druid, I can play it. If it's not, then I can just play a Gingerbread Cabin. Yeah, there's a forest. It's not great, but it's a lot of colors. Well, we can eat the 1/1 with a Voracious Hydra. I feel like that's a pretty poor choice right now. Turn 4 will Renata. And it'll probably die. This looks like it's probably got some good control to it. No, I'm just gonna bide my time. These Voracious Hydra will be very helpful at the end of this game, so... Oh yeah. Whatever I was going to do, I'm just gonna kill that Edgewall Innkeeper. That's really good. I wanted to cast Renata, but I don't want any value off of that Innkeeper. Alright, so Garen Brig and X equals a mighty 2. Yeah, we can't quite Garen Brig yet. I do have an issue with this deck where I can never calculate how much mana I actually have access to. I don't know why, but Garen Brig math is hard for me. Alright, should we should we eat him again? I guess so. If all he's got are 1/1s, then this hand will empty out if we don't give him a chance to replay. So we can go up to 7 mana this turn by playing Kiora. So we can Kiora and Voracious Hydra. Or we can just do one big Voracious Hydra. I think I want to get Kiora down. Oh no, I'm mistaken. I cannot Kiora and Garen Brig. That means I just have 5. I'll be able to Voracious Hydra for 0. Alright, we'll just do a big Voracious Hydra. X equals 4. Auto pay. No. I was a little foolish. I should have just done 2 in case he had Quench. I always forget that Voracious Hydra has that trample. Oh, glad I got rid of that Innkeeper. I had Beanstalk Giant in this deck for a while too. Ended up cutting him for some of the Shifting Ceratops. I do like him. I think he's quite solid in this deck. He gets very large, so... So we've got a bunch of big green threats. That sounds familiar. Alright, so we got 4, 6 mana, 7 mana with Kiora. I'm just gonna play Renata.
Leviathans, octopuses, serpents. Oh, I love. Leave my squids alone.
Leave my squids alone. Alright, since her power did get bigger when she entered play, she does draw me a card. Oh, backup Renata. I won't complain. Renata's pretty good at attacking, so... I can probably convince him to trade my Renata for his Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, he has a big Beanstalk Giant. See, that's big, but I have a lot of big creatures, so I think this is probably okay. I'm not sure what I want to cast, though. Let's go ahead and make a Lovestruck Beast token. Oh. Not going to attack with Lovestruck Beast, I guess. I have a 2/2 instead of a 1/1. Hilarious. And then I've got enough to play one more creature. See, Kiora just does way too much work here. It's amazing. No point in giving him haste, I'll just run into death, so... let's offer a trade. Because he doesn't know that I have another Renata in my hand I would be happy to play. I mean, he's got to take it. Okay, I don't know what he's got in his hand, but if it's not a board wipe, we're probably just going to overrun him. I mean, he can play 2 big creatures, but... That's a lot of mana, though. There's a lot of bad things that could mess up a board like this. I don't think blockers is one of them, though. He's got 4 more mana, Bone Crusher Giant, Alara Block. He can't cast the Bone Crusher now. Yeah, so you can only block my 2 biggest, so... Oh, I can't attack with the left strike, so he's blocking there and there. So I'll get a 4/4, and... yeah, Shifting Ceratops should be lethal. That's hilarious. This is a good card. So let's activate Castle Garen Brig. We'll play Shifting Ceratops. Draw a card. Cabin. We'll give him haste, and then we'll play and equip the Shadow Spear. And we'll toss it on Renata. No good options. I suppose he could be holding up an instant speed 3 damage removal. Brazen Borrower, maybe? Brazen Borrower would be pretty good. He is running an adventure deck. There we go. Alright, so I've got 4 damage in on him. Get rid of his Love Struck Beast and lose my Ceratops. That's alright, my hand's still pretty good. But I probably should have seen that coming. No reason to use Kiora. Hope you get something good in those 3. Innkeeper, Lovestruck Beast, Beanstalk Giant. Yeah, he's got plenty of time now. That's pretty good. We got double Castle Garen Brig. I am not going to tap it for mana yet. I don't know what I get. Oh, sweet. A gigantic Voracious Hydra. Can I just kill a Beanstalk Giant? I would need 10 mana. 1, 2... Oh, I can get 6. I can get 6, 7, 8 from Renata. It would not be enough to eat a Beanstalk Giant. His hand is entirely adventure creatures. I'm just gonna make a big Hydra.
The ocean surges.
Alright, so I've got 7 mana. X equals 5. I guess you could draw. That seems useful. Storm's Wrath. Okay. Doesn't seem like it gets far enough. Maybe he's got another one in his hand? Oh, it kills Kiora. That's good. Yeah, then he loses. Okay. Alright, we got there. Voracious Hydra Big. Yeah. End of that game, that Shadow Spear would have done some good work for us, punching that last bit of damage through. He had a lot of blockers, but none of them can really stand up to a 12-13 Hydra. You need another Brazen Borrower at that point, and that only buys you another turn. With all his mana, he could have probably made good use of that turn. This is a tasty hand. No Kiora yet, but these are good creatures. Plagiarism. I don't really need another Nalia. Maybe he will enchantment removal away my first one. Okay. This Voracious Hydra is going to be pretty good for me. Lifelink decks generally rely on a few key creatures. The Hydra can just eat one of them. Wicked Wolf. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we can do X equals 4. Yep. I hope he doesn't have a Karamitch's Blessing. Sweet. Yeah, I don't see a lot of people playing that one white mana pump spell or like a Defiant Strike. Alright, Angel Vitality is probably fine. Yep, alright, we're just going to get haste and punch him in the face. Nalia is such a big hit for the ramp she provides. You're like, oh, I'm fine with just playing a Nalia and using her abilities. But then you play creatures and she just goes and hits them. It's very aggressive. That might be the end of the game. Alright, yep. Go for a couple more, see if we could run into some control matchups or something with good removal. Both those were pretty tame. I like having all these creatures out because it makes Planeswalkers a lot less impressive when you've got things that can immediately go in and hit them. But stuff like Ashiok's still a huge problem. This is... I don't mulligan a lot with this deck, but I think that one I do want to. Alright, I like all of these cards. We're gonna hope they don't have removal for Druid. Ooh, Renata. Fun late game effect. If Renata's in play when you play an Incubation Druid you drew that turn, the Druid comes in with a 1/1 counter, and that's enough to trigger his ability. He'll tap for 3 right off the bat without having to adapt. It does mean that your Druid's a little bit smaller, though. He doesn't get 3 1/1 counters from adapting. Four mana, he's looking at Yorvo. This could be an aspect of the Hydra deck. He's also playing Castle Garen Brig. I like his style. Oh. I think that was a little early. I don't know. Did he just all have only lands, maybe? He was just flooded out and kept a bad hand? Yorvo's not impossible to deal with, but I guess if he doesn't have any hard removal, he's like, well, none of my creatures are going to get big enough to deal with this. That's puzzling. Maybe he was playing some sort of like Drago sort of game, and I guess this is going to be a game where I try and turn 5 Gargos and see what that's worth. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if he's playing some sort of like counter-spell game where he wants to just pass and counter what my threats are, he could have realized that I've landed a threat that fit in under his curve. I don't know. Can't really speculate. We got a Shadow Spear. This is a very useless turn 1 play. Sometimes I think it's better just to hold it in your hand for the surprise element, but we're going to play it out. Forest. And now it's going to stop me every priority opportunity to ask me if I want to remove lifelink or hexproof and indestructible from his stuff. Good Voracious Hydra for 1. Yeah. With all this mana up, I guess we're just going to run into a bunch of counter spells. That's exciting. Alright, so we're going to get Sinister Sabotaged. Absorbed. That 3 life's not going to go very far for him. If he runs out of counter spells. 3 life, 23 to 20 difference is not going to make much difference. Okay. Do we have the mana to eat Arcana Sun's Grace? I've got 6, so I can just counter that. I'm gonna do that. There we go. I'm not gonna play around with an Archon. That kind of life gain will add up. It's gonna destroy my Castle Garen Brig. Then I'll get a forest. Oh, Teferi. I have a card for Teferi.
Don't worry, I got this.
He got this. He's gonna leave up counterspell mana, so we're just going to not play that game in any manner. 6 mana though. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is enough to equip a Shadow Spear to him, but not give him haste at that point. I can Lovestruck Beast and haste either way. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to check how I play my mana. I think it doesn't matter. They always have another Teferi, but that's fine. I'm just going to kill him so I don't have to deal with it. I don't think 5 damage is going to be the deciding factor here. I could play Lovestruck Beast. I feel like I'd be walking right into his counterspell, and I'd rather not, so I'm just going to pass. Seems good. Unfortunately, I don't have enchantment removal. Mystic Repeal, I think, has a place in here, and I originally tried it, but I ran into a billion opponents that didn't care, so... Alright, so I've got 7 mana to work with. I cannot cast 2 good things. I think we're just gonna go Gargos Lovestruck Beast. In which case we will Garen Brig. Again, we're walking right into his counterspell. Let's tempt him. I mean, there's no reason for him to counter this. He just saw me tap all my mana for Yeah. He knows I'm going to play some creature. Okay. Alright, he doesn't want to deal with the Lovestruck Beast. We did it, guys. He doesn't want to play against mono green. We have a lot of conceders today. We'll just get in some extra games. We'll continue piling on the big green creatures. If we get 2 more short games like this, maybe I'll just go grab that Kroxa deck and show you what it was like for a bit too. I won't do a whole breakdown of the deck, but we can see what I threw together. It's probably not much different from a lot of the other Kroxa decks I've seen floating around. The day I built it, I saw Day9 put up a Kroxa mid-range deck, and I was like, oh, great. Now it just looks like I'm copying Day9's decks for my show. He beat me to it. This is a fine hand, I'll keep this. Turn 1 Lovestruck Beast, turn 3 Kiora, followed by Lovestruck Beast. Plus we've got the control for it. Yeah. Good hands. We got the Wicked Wolf, so I'm going to hold out for this Gingerbread Cabin. I want to get all the luck and draw 1 more forest. Alright, some black-white. Definitely want to get that wolf. Okay. Black-white control-y thing. You'll be seeing like those Kaya Life Drain decks. I haven't drawn into a forest yet. I think I'm just going to play out the cabin. As much as I want another forest, I would rather have turn 3 play, so... Alright, our aggression as it ends. What can my 1/1 do against this 0/4 wall? I guess we'll stay at home. A globe. 2 mana, different colors. This is interesting. I don't think it's good. Alright, we're going to Kiora. I see this Incubation Druid over here. I think we're just going to Kiora, though. Mainly because I want to start being able to Hydra and stuff. I think we've got more important things to do than Rampant Incubation Druid. With this color filtering, I'm assuming this is some sort of Planeswalker control. But this Gingerbrute kind of got me puzzled. I wouldn't play Gingerbrute in a Planeswalker deck. I guess it's food. Maybe he's got it there to sack to a Golden Goose or something. Sweet. We got the Shadow Spear on the Gingerbrute. We're gonna devour this Gingerbrute for lunch. Yep. So this guy did go for Kiora.
I've got that sinking feeling again.
He is tapped out right now, right? Yeah. Okay. I think it's safe. Alright, so we're going to... yeah, just Wicked Wolf it. Tap. Tap.
Nature flows with vigor.
And no point attacking. I like that Shadow Spear on the Gingerbrute, though. That's a very irritating 2-life swing. Well, 2-life drain every turn. Alright. So we got protection from multicolored. I have bad news for him. We don't have multicolored in this deck. However, I am stuck on lands. So we're going to make a big guy and hope we can draw. We did it, everyone. Alright, that's actually sweet news for us. We're going to be able to get out an Incubation Druid as well. Don't need to attack. Not as long as he's got a Stonequill Serpent. He can't really swing profitably with a Serpent unless he deals with our Lovestruck Beast, which I would be okay with. We can... it's got Trample, that's cool. So, yeah, he can attack profitably if he's got some sort of pacifism effect for the Beast. Number of artifacts and enchantments. Goes well with the Shadow Spear. Interesting. I like it. He's got a kind of a janky artifact deck. I don't know what the best play right now is, though. At some point we are going to have to just eat this Alseid. Probably with a Wicked Wolf right now. It's not... I need to keep drawing off of Kiora, though. We've got... Yeah, we've got enough for Nylea. Or we can... 3... Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nylea right now. Alright, we got another forest. That means we have access to 3 more mana. We're going to... Incubation Druid. I hope he doesn't run a board wipe. This will be very regrettable if he can just wipe the board. I miscounted my mana. Okay. That's fine. I should have held back this Lovestruck Beast. I don't know why I went ahead and did that. I thought I could do both this turn. See, given what he's got, I am going to swing with the Lovestruck Beast. I don't think he's got a profitable block. I mean, I guess he can give that protection, and then I don't have to worry about killing the Alseid. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I think his best block here is with a Shambling Suit. Give it Prot Green. Oh, maybe he'll give one of his guys Prot Green. If he gives his Stonequill Prot Green, then he can swing at Kiora. My only option would be to chump block with a human or two. Or he would just kill Kiora, which is a great deal for him. Okay, well that's pretty big. Oh, we just lose. Alright. We did it. Or we did the opposite of it. Is he going to wait around for me to concede? He doesn't swing with the Alseid. Okay. Just in case I've got something. I'm clearly tapped out. Alright. Unfortunately... Oh, All That Glitters doesn't have flying. But 25 is not big enough, actually. So I'm blocking 9. Interesting. Unfortunately, I think we are going to lose anyways. Because that's just too big. Let's see. Is there any way to do this? In theory, I could make a really big Voracious Hydra, but I don't think so. I can play a beefy Lovestruck Beast. Voracious Hydra. I don't have enough mana for most of this. I can't swing back. That life gain on the Shadow Spear is incredible. Give it Prot Green, which he should have done instead of the Spear. Oh, the Spear gave it the trample, didn't it? I mean, I have to Wicked Wolf in order to kill the Alseid, or else this is over anyways. I can... Incubation Druid is a net loss of mana. Not the first one. Yeah, I've only got 3 mana. This is... I haven't done the math, but it's probably over. I've got 4. So Wicked Wolf. Gotta do that. And then we will untap the Druid. Lovestruck Beast. Is he gonna give me Forest? which is enough to... Oh, I didn't get a food token from Wolf. So I can block 10, 16 out of... $22. It's not enough. So I guess... One, two... Yeah, it's just, what? It's just 1 or 0, right? That's not even worth it. I don't have the mana to activate. Oh, I have 1. I think I just passed my turn, though. Oh, I just passed my mana. Alright, we're done. Yeah. I did have mana to do a 2-3. Okay, that's definitely big enough then. He can sack it. If he does. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we're back to 22 and I can't block. So now it's good game. Hey, you said it earlier, and then you didn't finish me off, guy. Don't be the guy that says good game and then not kill your opponent. Alright, so we got outbigged. Our removal does not get bigger than 2020. Now, if you had another turn, I actually think could have gotten a Voracious Hydra up there. Because those Incubation Druids tap for a bunch. Nile was reducing costs. Oh, Nile was reducing costs. But he had the Alseid. No matter what I played, I was done. This is okay. It's not great, but I'll keep it. Got that early Lovestruck Beast to hold down the fort. I would not mind an Incubation Druid. Again, we're gonna Gingerbread Cabin. We'll play Yorvo. Start getting him counters. Get him Murderous Ridered. Seems likely. Wow. This is such a surprise. Alright, so we got 4. I'm gonna do Renata. She's kind of bad right now, but she'll buff the rest of my guys and probably bait out another removal. Fen Worker. Alright, we're gonna get rid of other Renata, I think. Alright, so we can Wicked Wolf. Trying to think of what else he'll have that I'll want to get rid of. I think I'm just gonna run out the... I've got Voracious Hydras. Yeah, I think Wolf's gonna be best here. This looks like your pretty typical Grey Merchant deck. A lot of black mana symbols, so we'll see if we can keep his board clear and not let him... Oh, that's good. Good card. I'm a big fan of Omen of the Dead. Obviously we are getting rid of a Hydra, and then we're going to play out the other Hydra so we can't get rid of that one as well. So this is going to cost me... Oh, sweet, we're going to activate Castle Garen Brig for the X value. Alright, so we're going to do X is 4. Okay. And we're going to fight so that I can actually just kill him. Good times. Over here talking like there's a choice between killing him and playing a Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, I think I'm going to advance my board. I'm just going to go and swing in for lethal. Seems decent. Alright, let's do one more. And if it's a quick one, we'll go to the Crooks attack. Yeah, I've had a surprising amount of success with big green creatures. People just can't seem to stabilize when you kill their blockers, so... seems to be working. This is... no. No, I don't like this one. Does have Nelia. 2 lands is too sketchy. Again, 2 lands, but I guess I don't have a choice. At least I have an easy. Not-Easy Intervention, I think, is easily the weakest card in the deck, unless you need it for a specific thing. Oh, we did it. Let's get Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher would be super good right now. Oh, he's got something. Is it a Bone Crusher? Oh, it's a Witch's Oven. Is he going to steal my Incubation Druid and make a food? He is. Again, I need the rude emote. I'm not going to give him a nice for this. This is poor sportsmanship. Alright, at least we're drawing lands, though. Nice. I like Ghost Rider. Alright, we are so good at this top deck game, guys. Let's get a Renata killed. I think there's a good argument for trading a Voracious Hydra with a Ghost Rider right then, instead. If he goes to Nightmare Shepherds now with this sack deck, yeah. Nightmare Shepherd would be pretty good. Target of a spell, Gargos... could be pretty good this game. Against this creature-based... creature-steely deck. Of course, it is running white, so you may just Shadow the Sky. He is certainly considering his options. Alright, so if I get another land this next turn, I think I'll just play Gargos. I think that's what's going on. Then if he shatters, I can Shifting Ceratops and hit him in response. And if he doesn't shatter and tries to kill my stuff, Gargos will clear the board or help control. I don't like how he's holding priority here. He's got some combat tricks. Okay, so we didn't draw a land. Renata is going to give me bonus 1/1 counters. I think we're just going to go with a Voracious Hydra kill. Yeah, it's unfortunate I can't get Garen Brig value. Let's see what he's got. No fight. I'm curious. This is oh, he's got food, I guess. I was gonna say, red, white, and black are pretty strong colors for removal. Didn't really expect Renata to connect, but I'll take it. I guess he can escape Lowrider. Takes 4 other cards. He's got a little ways to go. Crow and War. Nice. Goodbye, Voracious Hydra. It deals damage equal to its power to itself, so I can just sit tight. He's gotta sack my Hydra or else it will survive. If I play anything, Renata will die. That's the trick. If I don't play things, I don't know what he's gonna do. Just take my stuff? I've got a lot of threats. This is probably gonna be a mistake, but I think I'm just going to pass. I'm just gonna not play into stuff and he can do what he wants. I guess next turn I'm going to attack with Renata anyways into a Voracious Hydra, but... Renata's not a human anymore. I mean, I'm just going to be swinging in, right? So... I can pump Voracious Hydra, or I can chump here. I'm going to play the other Voracious Hydra next turn instead. That way Renata can attack. Yeah, obviously that was going to happen. Yeah, so Voracious Hydra for 3, 4... Yep, it'll survive. Oh no, I could have Garen Brigged. Bad at this game. Alright, Renata's got to attack. She's gonna die anyways, so... Yeah, that's fine. I feel like I came out of that Acroan War okay. Nice! All of my Hydras are tiny. Oh no, Gargos is legendary. I need another Hydra. Alright, so... Shifting Ceratops. Obviously we're gonna do this. I'm going to get damage in while I can. The opportunity right now to get haste, and oh, I'm not gonna be able to play this, right? Yeah, that's too bad. Garen Brig specifies the mana can only be used to play creature spells, and even though Lovestruck Beast is a creature, his adventure spell is not. He's got a lot of food. He's just eating my monsters. This is most unkind. Sweet, I was just hoping for that. I'm gonna equip. Only got 2 mana left, so I guess we're making 2 1/1s after this. He can, at this point, sack my Shadow Spear by destroying or sacking his bounty agent. That'd be a pretty good move for him. Either he doesn't see it though, or does not think it is worth his time. Maybe he's holding out for a good legendary. He's probably worried about another Renata. Renata's pretty good. Might be guessing that this deck also runs Yorva. Yep, he's like, yeah, okay. Time to get rid of Shadow Spear. He did not. Okay. I mean, I got Lovestruck Beasts, so... He's almost out of cards. Okay, so this is interesting. I have the opportunity right now to trade off both my guys, which will give me a free Gargos, but I won't be able to use either Lovestruck Beast. I think he's right. I think that's a bad trade for me. Sweet. No Shadow Spear for me, but I've got either Gargos or 2 Lovestruck Beasts. We're gonna go double Lovestruck. I like this deck. It's pretty grindy. Of course, Witch's Oven does a lot of work, and I think it's a dumb card. Oh, Woe Strider number 2. That's okay. Gargos is pretty good against Woe Strider, I think. It's not really much point to have having done that. I've got an open green now for whatever, but... So if he top decks another Bedevil and he tries to kill one of my guys, Gargos is going to kill Woe Strider in response. He can get another Woe Strider back, so he's got plenty of time, especially since he's going to be scrying. That's fair. I was going to say turning his chump blockers into food, but I think he's right. Scrying is appropriate right now. Gargos does not have trample, unfortunately. Well, we're going to be sacking some permanents. Okay. It's a good thing I kept these humans. Surprised you did not get the other Woe Strider. Oh, non-token. Okay. Seems good. Alright, we're going to Nylea's Intervention for a bunch of lands. Got 5 mana to put into this. So unfortunately he is going to get my Gargos. That's pretty gross. We're going to get... a bunch of lands. That's a good top deck Doom Foretold there. He's gonna lose his Witch's Oven if he blocks with Woe Strider. I don't know how useful these 1/1s are gonna be, but I think they'll be okay blocking. Alright, if I get a Wicked Wolf or a Voracious Hydra, we could be in pretty good shape. He may escape his Woe Strider now. Yeah. Seems decent. Alright. So, we're in a pretty bad spot here. Fortunately, I can block the Woe Strider this turn. Yeah, I'm not going to keep playing creatures into his Doom Foretold. I'll just, I'll pass one more turn. Doom Foretold will go away. I'll lose some life, discard some cards. That Celebrant's a problem. He's got 4 in the discard, counting his other Woe Strider. He's got to sack his Oven? Okay, that makes sense. Guess he's not finding anything good from scrying. Alright, so this is his last Woe Strider for a while. I think he should have got rid of the Oven and attacked with the Woe Strider, personally. I should have sacked my food. That was a mistake. I want these foods for life gain because he's obviously draining pretty significantly. Cabin. Yorvo. And hopefully he can't just take it, fling things. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of at his mercy right now. No attacks. But if we can stabilize, then we may be doing okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and use these before he can just sack like 7 things in response to them. Oh, that's very bad. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. That Scourge Diva. He can potentially just hit me for 6 right now. See what he does. Ugh. Literally just lands. Attacking right now would be not good. Yeah, that would be bad. Oh. Alright, well, we're almost certainly dead. So I can chump block it and hope for a way to kill Anax first. But that would almost just kill me itself. If I kill it now, he'll get 2 more guys, but he wants to have sack outlets. But eventually those guys are going to die, so we're going to jump and hope I draw a Wicked Wolf or Voracious Hydra. Hydra obviously would be better. Shifting Ceratops is not... Nope, that's very bad. I can attack with this, and it will not do well. You will be able to block with... one of these 2 I would be okay with. I mean, we're not going to be able to kill him. Yeah, I don't think there's any point in attacking. He's got way more health than he needs to. Oh, he can just kill me right now. Yeah, we're dead on board. I don't know if he realizes it. He can just sack to Witch's Oven, get a bunch of tokens, and throw them at me. Maybe he'll swing out and give me a good option. He doesn't swing with the Strider anymore either. Interesting. As a Yorvo, we're super toast. But he doesn't seem to realize he can just make like 10 tokens. It's only, what, 4? I guess he'd lose his sack outlet if he sacked the Bow Strider, so he can get 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I guess it's not lethal. He wants something to break the stalemate, or he knows that he can put more damage in. At this point, I don't even know what I would kill if I had a Wicked Wolf. I think Anax. Oh, never mind. Sorry guys, I'm dumb. His Anax tokens would not deal damage from those. Alright, Incubation Druid. This is going to be the best Voracious Hydra we've ever seen. Six, 8, 10. That seems good. My token. Is that gonna be enough for him to swing out? Alright, Kiora. We have so much mana, guys. We're gonna play Yorvo just to cycle him. We're obviously keeping the bigger one. I guess if we're gonna be drawing a bunch of cards, I guess I'm gonna play another Yorvo and use my Castle Baron Briggs. Yeah, I think he's figured out that he can kill me. Was he literally just waiting until I presented some sort of threat? Alright, I'm not gonna sit through all his triggers if he's gonna be like that. Alright, that one did drag on a bit, so let's not, we'll skip the Croxa deck. Maybe I'll do an extra episode sometime next week. We'll look at the deck a bit. So I think most of these cards did pretty well. The Shifting Ceratops we didn't really need. There was one time that it was a good against the blue deck. Gargos absolutely did not work, so you might consider taking him out. I like him. He makes our Hydras cost less. You have some other options, though. One that I would probably consider is Destiny Spinner. This is going to help against control matchups. Creatures can't be countered, and you can spend your excess mana to turn your lands into creatures. They're going to be small, because you don't really have a lot of enchantments, but it's one itself. Renata is an enchantment, Naiwe is an enchantment, so you can get some okay-sized enchantments if you have the right setup. But it gives you a mana sink for late game, plus it's going to help you land all your other spells. You can throw in Incubate. Incubation. Can't type. Incubation. It's just going to give you more selection for what you have, help you filter your draws some more. Probably deserves to go in, but I didn't want to look at what I wanted to cut. It's tricky. I don't know what I would take out to put it in. Probably just go down on 4 different cards. Probably Lovestruck Beasts first. They're okay. They're nice for drawing with Kiora, and they're good for holding down the fort, but they're... Yeah. I think Lovestruck and Gargos are probably the weakest part of this deck. But Incubate will give you good card selection. If you want to move away from the mono green and throw in a few islands, you're more than welcome to throw in Hydroid Krasis. I think that's pretty easily going to be very, very, very strong. Drawing extra cards and the flying threat. We don't have any flying. The only evasion for this deck is the Shadow Spear for trample, so that's pretty fair. If you just toss in a couple duels, you can play a Hydroid Krasis off of it and just gain some life and draw cards. Especially if I have a Gargos out, and give you free +4 for it. Let's see. I did have Hydra Aura on the list. Aspect of Hydra. Hydra's Growth. Not a lot that you would really do with it, though. It would do great on Yorvo, obviously. Make Yorvo even scarier. Renata gives you some 1/1 counters, but yeah, I think after I changed up the deck and took the Paradise Druids out, it's not gonna double many Hydras anymore. It is on theme though. Put Hydra's Growth on a Hydra. Makes sense. Oh no, that is fun. You can put it on the Incubation Druid. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Toss in your Incubation Druid, the Druid automatically taps for extra mana immediately. And then just gets into a much larger threat. Yeah, it's a good include. Don't know what I would cut. Probably at that point I'm looking at Naue's Intervention. That card was okay. It didn't work that last game. Drawing all those lands did not filter my draws into more creatures that would help me win. At least not fast enough. As you saw, I needed more removal, so you might consider just going up to 4 Wicked Wolves. And you can also always try all of the fight cards. Prey upon creature fights, you'll usually win that fight. For more, you can go Warbriar Blessing, or Titanic Brawl. Nope, that's just... I guess that's probably better than Prey Upon. I think there was a fight card in a previous set that I don't have in here. That would be good. The one that just deals damage. Oh, it doesn't fight, it just deals damage. You can probably just put a Great Henge in. This card's gonna do a lot of work. It fills the same slot as Kiora, but does not come down early unless you do have a board. So Kiora is better before you can put out creatures. Great Henge is better afterwards. But obviously you're going to play something like Yorvo or a big Renata, and it's just going to be pretty cheap. But I think I like Kiora better just because she's going to do more work when you're still building up. Great Henge is only going to help you when you've already got a big board, and that's kind of the opposite of where we want to be. So if you have Great Henges, throw them in and have fun. Like, that's probably doesn't hurt to have both Kiora and Great Henge. Like, you're not going to be sad to draw it. The next creature you play is going to replace itself immediately. This will gain you life, keep you in the game. If you want more ramp, if you're running into actually seeing decks that are playing Bone Crusher Giants and stuff that's just going to kill your Incubation Druid, I would recommend Wolf Willow Haven. This is an enchantment, so it's a lot harder to remove. It's also 2 mana, so it comes down that turn 2 and goes onto one of your lands. It taps for an additional mana. So it's going to combo with Kiora just as well. Actually better, because that land's going to tap for 2 every time Kiora untaps it. You don't get the hilarious plays where you can adapt the Incubation Druid, tap to play Kiora, untap it with Kiora, and then play Yorvo, which is a lot of fun, but you're going to get a little more consistent value. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to play around with this. If mono green decks are your thing, you got a lot of choices on how to build from here. Green's got a lot of good beefy creatures. They're pretty good at just taking down your opponent if they don't have answers, usually in the form of removal of whatever your biggest threat is. So if you're splashing blue for Hydrate Crisis, I would also consider throwing in Negate. That's going to be the thing that's going to do what you want most of the time, is protect your creatures. Maybe a Starlit Mantle when they go for direct removal, you can put it on and give them hexproof. But I think Negate's going to do more work because it'll block out Shatter the Sky as well. So that's the deck. You're welcome to throw in whatever big beefy creatures you like, take out whatever you don't think you need. If you're not running into a lot of blue, Shifting Ceratops can come out for something else big. I don't think we got any good Fling variants in here to go red for. But I'll probably be having a look at that because next week I want to build a deck around Ironcrag Feet and see what kind of hilarious spell I can cast for a lot of mana. We'll see. Something big and red. Hopefully kills your opponent immediately. Should be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'll be back next week. I might put up an episode sometime mid next week with that Cruxa deck. Since I've got it built, I might as well show it off. Give you something to do in case your local Magic scene's canceled because of the coronavirus or something. We'll put up an extra video. So I'll see you guys next week, and thanks for watching. Bye.